I know this sounds cliche, but most agents are just out there chasing a dollar. And that's not me. I'm always going to do what's best for you and your situation. If I think that you've got an offer on your property and I don't think that's the best offer and you can do better, I'm going to encourage you to say no to that offer and move on and hope to find somebody better. And I'm not afraid to do that. Hi, I'm Wade Hanson. I've been selling luxury real estate in Minnesota and Wisconsin for over 23 years. My entire career has been spent protecting my clients from misinformation and unethical practices by those not looking out for their best interests. This podcast will give you the raw truth about everything real estate so you can make solid, informed decisions about the biggest investment of your lifetime. This is the Raw Real Estate Podcast. So today I want to talk a little bit about what makes me unique to the real estate industry. So I've been doing this 23 years. I've seen a variety of market shifts. I've seen a variety of dynamics in the marketplace. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. I've got some scars, some gray hairs. And I think all of that makes me, gives me an incredible uniqueness and different perspective on the real estate industry. In the 23 years I've been doing this, I don't think there's been a more dynamic 23 years. We've seen some really high highs, some really low lows, and just about everything in between. So it's been interesting. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a full-time professional that believes in the art of marketing, the art of negotiations. I truly care about my clients' best interests, and I truly care about what's best for each individual client. I'm not going to take a cookie cutter approach to every transaction. I'm an agent that's going to cut through the BS in this industry. I always say that you do business with a friend, they're going to tell you what you want to hear. You do business with an advisor, they're going to tell you what you need to hear. I'm always going to tell you what you need to hear, whether you like it or not. You may not be the prettiest home on the block, and you need to hear what needs to get done to make you competitive so that you can compete with the other homes on the market on your block. I'm always going to look out for your best interest. I know this sounds cliche, but most agents are just out there chasing a dollar. And that's not me. I'm always going to do what's best for you and your situation. If I think that you've got an offer on your property and I don't think that's the best offer and you can do better, I'm going to encourage you to say no to that offer and move on and hope to find somebody better. And I'm not afraid to do that. I've been called a bulldog. I've been called a shark. I've been called difficult to work with. And I'm okay with that because I'm not just going to lay down in negotiations and try to get a deal done to earn a commission check on your behalf. I am going to be a bulldog. I am going to be a shark. I am going to be those things on your behalf to make sure that you get what you're looking for in the transaction. That might be money. That might be closing. That might be a lot of different things. But I want to make sure that I'm looking out for your best interest throughout the transaction. I specialize in the upper bracket market. In the upper bracket market, the luxury market is a different consumer, a different clientele. This is somebody that looks to professionals to help them navigate through certain decisions in their life. And I think I've been successful on that price point for one reason. I'm going to remove the emotion from the transaction. I'm going to make sure that we make decisions and give you advice based on logic. It's the largest, most emotional transaction that you'll ever be involved in. And I'm going to try to table that emotion and work with good, logical buying and selling decisions so that you don't regret that decision because the emotions got the best of you. I have a high level of communication, and I'll always be there to communicate with you throughout the process. And you're going to work with me and communicate directly with me. And I think it's important that you understand that I'm going to be proactive in my communications with you to make sure that we're staying on top of current market trends and changes and shifts in the marketplace, especially as we navigate through this recession over the next 6 to 12 months. I think it's really important that we communicate and we find out what dynamics are changing in the marketplace that could potentially affect your buying and selling decision or potentially affect the value of your home. Right now, I'm seeing homes still sell for a good price. And I think a lot of the misunderstanding and misconceptions in the real estate market right now, sellers think we're in a housing bubble and things are crashing and there's a lot of fear. And I think what you're going to get from me is just proper communication on these dynamics of the marketplace. So there's a lot of agents out there right now that are using the line of marry the home, date the mortgage. And it's hard for me to understand that right now because I think they're getting caught up in that rates. They're trying to tell you that rates are actually going to go down. We don't know that. So a lot of agents are trying to predict the future right now and tell you what things are going to look like. They're saying, just buy the home. Don't worry about the interest rate. Rates are going to go down. You can refi it in a year when they go down. We don't know that. And there's too many agents that are trying to make predictions about the future of the real estate market. We're in very uncertain times right now in the real estate industry, and I'm okay telling my clients that. There's a lot of fear, uncertainty, in the real estate industry amongst real estate professionals and amongst the consumers right now. And I'm okay just telling them where the market's at today, why they should or shouldn't be fearful, and let them make those buying or selling decisions based on the facts that I'm going to give you in today's marketplace. To try and fear sell you into, well, the market's going to crash next year, you better sell before it crashes. Or home prices are only going to go up next year, you better buy before they go up. We don't know any of this right now. Look, we're in a recession. As people, as the GDP continues to decline, we're gonna have people lose jobs, and when people lose jobs, they're not going to be able to pay their mortgage. When they can't pay their mortgage, they're going to lose their house. So there's that dynamic that could potentially happen. That may or may not happen. I don't know. We may dig ourselves out of this recession right now quickly, and housing may be the one bright star that brings us out of it. There's a lot of economists that say that as we move through this recession, that housing is going to be continue to appreciate at more of a normal rate. I hope they're right. There's a lot of pessimism. There's a lot of optimism. I'm just trying to be a realist, and all I can do is give you the facts based on what's happening in today's real estate market and specific to my local market. And right now it's still solid. As I sit across the table from you today, the real estate market is strong. It's still a seller's market. There's still opportunities for buyers out there. Interest rates are still solid. In the 23 years I've been doing this, interest rates have always been on average in that 5 to 6 range, and we're in an average interest rate right now of about 5.25%, 5.5%. So I think that what makes me unique is I'm just going to give you the facts, and you can take those facts, use them in your current situation, and do what's best for you and your family. And I think there's a lot of agents that are going to try and encourage you, now is the best time to sell, or now is the best time to buy, or next year's the best time to sell or buy. Nobody knows. The best time to buy or sell is when it's right for you and your family. And if you're thinking of buying or selling, you just want some no-nonsense facts about what's happening in the real estate market. You want somebody that's just going to cut through all the noise and help you make good, logical buying and selling decisions. Reach out to me. We'll have a confidential conversation, and I'll help you any way I can.
Thank you for listening to the Raw Real Estate Podcast. If you have any feedback for this episode or want to suggest a future topic or even possible guests, head to wadehanson.com. There you can get links to my Facebook and LinkedIn pages. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see the video version of this podcast too. Again, thank you for listening to the Raw Real Estate Podcast. We'll talk soon.